Hello everyone, welcome to another game of Sens. I am super excited for today because we are gonna meet my favorite character of all times. In the meantime, so we're going to cut to Cody, who has wandered off with Meteor in order to learn a little bit more about his powers. So, Meteor is going to fly you to space, and there in the void, you're going to be
How are we
able
getting
to.
to space?
Mhm.
How are we getting to space?
You use the flight power until you get to space.
Okay, we fly to space. Oh,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Nice.
There you're able to use your powers without much difficulty, and you're able to try a lot of different things. You do realize one thing: the way that psychic powers work in reality is slightly different. They're instead of counting as pushing your psychic powers when you're in reality, if you don't know the psychic power, it's always considered unfettered, which means it uses your power rating value, the normal one. That is on account of reality being a little bit more stable, in the sense that it's harder to do massive effects than it is in the shadow world. So yeah, you're gonna train there for a little bit. You're going to learn to understand your powers, and Meteor is going to tell you a lot of things about the state of the Empire as he knows it. He's going to tell you a few things. First of all, the quadrillas, as you know them, are only one of the three types of quadrillas that the Emperor has mentioned to them. The blue ones are called the quadrillas of life, and the Emperor's personal bodyguards and personal vanguard are the quadrillas of cosmos, which are composed of white lightning. And he has also mentioned that should the resistance ever get to the moon, they would have to face off against the quadrillas of death. Unfortunately, the capacities of those quadrillas has been kept hidden from the quadrillas of life, who seem to be the ones that are trusted the least by the Empire with secrets, on account of the fact that they were all born in New York, that they were all born on Earth, as opposed to the other ones that seem to have emerged from somewhere else. So yeah, you learn things like this. You learn about your powers. You realize that your new body is much tougher than your previous one. You have as many life points as you have points in the life rune,
So crazy.
and that you're able to do like amazing things. Like at some point you come across like a dead astronaut, and thanks to Meteor is going to like show you how to make the dead speak and things like this, and it's quite an experience. And after a few weeks, you're going to do what you promised and meet with the others at the ship graveyard in the North Pole. So I'm gonna show everyone the map, and it's gonna look like a ship graveyard, but it's not gonna look like it's in the North Pole because it's hard to find maps for ship graveyards. All right. And Meteor will not join you. From your understanding of it, he likes you specifically a little bit better, but he still feels very ambivalent towards glitches in general. There's this sort of unspoken resentment that glitches cause the quadrillas to exist the way that they are, and so they are to blame for the rough life that the quadrillas have had. So he's not going to follow you, and he's just going to let you go back to your friends.
Before we part, can I ask Meteor if it's possible to set up a way for us to get back in contact with each other? Maybe already set up a meeting for in the future, or like in a month or so, just to give an update on the situation and keep the conversation going.
In a month, I will meet you at the. I will meet you in New York again.
Yes, let's meet in the center of the old storm.
All right.
Or something like this.
Okay. So, you land in the graveyard, in the ship graveyard, surrounded by the hulls of ships that have been torn apart, apparently by Imperial lasers, and also an orbital bombardment that took place around here. The place is completely desolated, but you are able to see a few signs of life. The first humans that you've seen, live humans that you've seen in a little bit. You see your friends just standing on the shore.
Nice. So from the position that I am right now, I will hover like 2 feet in the air and like slowly cross the water, getting closer to you guys. And what you see is basically my armor has this like similar proportions than before, but instead of the glass helmet, the helmet is completely black, and there's kind of these organic spikes growing at the shoulder, and it looks like they're still like in the process of becoming. And yeah, it's this weird like in between state that's like moving towards you. And I would say hello. How's it going, friends?
It's fine, I guess. What the fuck have you been doing? Did you go into space?
Yes, man. It's been fucking amazing. Like, I mean, there is a lot of things to be said about not being able to feel your body the way you did before and how that kind of affects what I'm thinking, but like, my abilities are crazy, man. I can just fly to space and warp reality in strange ways. Yeah, it's the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, that must be a bit weird.
For sure. I want to stay in contact with you guys, for sure. And I will continue trying to support you as much as I can. I don't know what you have told the general, but I'm very interested to hear what he knows currently about my situation and our situation, and maybe how we should continue going about this conflict.
Okay, so this is a thing for us three to
What
discuss over.
What have
What
you
did
told
we say?
the general?
For my 2 cents, I think we should have told him the truth and told nobody else about it, and sort of spin it into Cody has gone undercover for the rest of the rebel base, but just tell the general outright that he's become a quadrilla, and then basically tell him the whole damn truth about it, about the mission. Do you agree, Bean and what's Alistair and Alexander, that we should have done that?
What?
So
Theo? Did you hear what he was saying?
I heard it, I just don't know if I quite understand it.
So what I propose is that we told the general that the absolute truth, but we kept it a secret for the rest of the rebel base and just, pretended like Cody has gone undercover somewhere and that's why he's not here anymore.
Okay.
Does that sound fine to you too, or do you have another idea of what we should have told him?
Can you just tell the general that Cody is just working something on something on the side? And
I mean, he may demand information in that case.
Yeah.
We're not authorized to do our own secret missions like that.
The general would have really wanted to know where exactly where exactly he went, but you might not necessarily have known where he went, only that he was going to be at the ship graveyard.
Yeah. And plus,
also, just a quick reference, how bad would it be if we told the general that Cody is just the quadrilla now, but it's fine. I mean, nothing that weird for our team, I guess.
Yeah,
I think if we explain to him all that we know now, that there's, quadrillas are a shadow of glitches. There is a faction of quadrillas that actually might be against the Empire, and finding Soren's ellipsis could be the key to have those quadrillas defect. I don't know. I think he would be fine with it, because that's really important information for the Resistance.
Yeah.
For my 2 cents. I think it's not really risky to tell him that.
There's a good chance that he already knows when you get there, because Danielle, because since you didn't specify, hey, don't tell this to the general, Danielle was already reporting the events to the general, who
Don't forget girlfriend.
Who immediately ordered that this be kept like a secret from the base at first, and once he had Danielle confirm that Cody was safe and training in space, then he basically announces most of the information to the base, basically explaining that good news, we have a very powerful quadrilla on our side, and Cody didn't die, he just transformed, and we're gonna have to get used to having him on our side. So the base is already aware of this. Cody, one of the things that you learned is how to change your form to look like a human, to be able to blend in during undercover missions, and you realize that most quadrillas are also able to do that and just pass as human if they so wish.
Actually, I think it's really good that the base already knows that I'm a quadrilla, and there's a potential chance even that, because if they know that the quadrillas are also in factions and some of them fight for the Emperor and some of them don't, then that would also make them see more as like individuals with agency that could be...
The general hasn't told them that, because the general doesn't want the information to leak that Meteor could be on your side, because then Meteor would be more in danger. The general doesn't want hopes to be raised before it's been confirmed that they are truly on our side and it's not a trap and things like this. So that part of the information is not being reported. So as you're hanging out and letting each other know how things have been in the middle of the ship graveyard, you kind of hear the groan of the Valiant, which is a ship not nearby from you, as it's ripping apart in half, and piece of the hull just crashes into the water. not all of you have heard of this place, but not all of you necessarily know the story behind what happened here. You do you do know that this is near where the base is, and that this is in the near where the Sub-Zeros first landed when you made your way from New York, and there weren't a ton of dead ships back then. So now that your characters are on the same page, what are y'all going to do?
So we heard this groan.
Yeah, you heard the groan from a ship just tearing apart because of the waves. Idris, you're muted. Yeah, you're muted. I don't hear you.
So how do you think we should proceed? Maybe on a... It should be... We should talk a little bit about what we want as a group in this conflict.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you feel that the rebellion is doing a good job and in what it's trying to achieve?
I think for now, yeah. I don't know.
I also think they're giving their best for sure.
Yeah, that's it. I don't really know that we could do something differently. The General Kostat just doesn't tell us anything. He has a plan, and we just don't know what it is. I'm just waiting to see what the fucking plan is, and if it's still worth it. But while we're still in the dark, I think it's still our best bet.
Maybe you're right. But maybe we should kind of have an understanding of what we want as a goal, so that we see the moment when it's not aligning with our bosses.
Yeah.
So that we are aware of this.
I think for now, everything sort of seems to point to Soren. And I think we should find her.
Yes.
I think she's the key to this whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. More
But the
knowledge.
quadrillas, the rune, the resistance, everything sort of hinges on finding Soren.
Right. Oh, by the way, I have uploaded an image of Azalis.
Oh,
Here we go.
As it is.
oh yeah, I completely forgot her. Damn it.
So they've been taken into the base and are being taken care for by Maria Gridway, the council woman who is in charge of the hospital, who's reported that no matter what they try, they haven't been able to wake Asliz up. So, yeah. Right. As you're done with meeting back up and getting back in touch, you start to head back towards the base. You have been told that once your team is united again, you are to go on a new mission. You are to go to Sydney and meet with Dr. Heisenberg, what's his name? Soren's colleague that she was corresponding with, based on the letters that you found in New York. Since he offered her asylum, it could be that he is hiding her in Sydney. So you are to head over there in order to do that. So, Cody, unfortunately, you're not going to have much time to see the people in the base. You're headed straight for the Sub-Zeros port, and and after that you're going to be leaving.
They will take on the form of like a very tall old woman with long white hair and lab coat.
Okay. You're doing this in reality, so I still need you to roll for life, and on a double, you might cause a psychic phenomenon.
Yeah, okay, I will do that 1 kilometer before we arrive at the base, if possible.
So that is a fail, but no psychic phenomena. So you go ahead. You try again. It's just
Yeah,
you, like as long
I
as
can
you're
try
not
it again, right?
as long as you're not rolling a double when you're using psychic powers in reality, you should be fine.
Yeah. When it fails, does that mean that the darkness appears?
No, you need to roll a double for the darkness to appear.
Okay, I see.
So yeah. All right, and you are able to use your power properly to turn to make yourself look human.
Sorry, guys, that took a second.
Right. As you head into the port, you are going to be greeted by by a member of Team Alpha. Okay, so Sophie Riley is here to is here to greet your team as you're making your way to the Subzerus, and she she's going to say, "Hey, I heard you're heading into Sydney."
Yeah,
Okay.
we are.
Be very careful there.
Oh, is that where you're lost?
Yeah, that's where it was on the mission to Sydney that Samuel got killed.
Damn it.
Have you been successful on your mission, Sydney, or are we trying to attempt the same thing that you were attempting?
No, our mission to Sydney was to investigate very strange readings that our sensors from the base were giving off. Apparently, there were all sorts of electromagnetic waves and things like this emanating from Sydney that just didn't make any sense. That shouldn't have been possible. So we went there to investigate, but we didn't find anything unusual. The signals kind of stopped while we were there, and we didn't manage to find anything. But we still got separated and ended up finding Samuel's body after he'd been killed. Yeah, we did learn a few things, so I guess it wasn't a total failure. We learned that there's you can't retrieve some glitches resploid armor after they die from their body. It seemed it just wasn't there, like it had disappeared into the shadow or something. And yeah, but overall we haven't been really sent on. We've been sent on some missions since then, but they weren't, the type of missions that you guys are being sent on. General still things that were shaken by Samuel's deaths. That we're gonna need a bit more time before we're back up and ready to fight with the big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Losing someone just sucks.
I'm just apprehensive. I don't want to lose any of you guys too,
Yeah.
But hey, you have 2 medics. You should be fine.
Yeah, I sort of think that's not a boon like you all seem to think. Because the medics, look at them both. They're the ones who get in trouble the most.
Oh wait, is that Cody? Oh my god, you look
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Cody.
Alright. You're is that... Oh, are you using a shadow power?
Don't tell anyone.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, hey, you look much prettier than you used to.
I agree.
That's pretty much a dick move. And you should see him in lightning form.
Yeah. Maybe another
I
time.
will haunt you in your sleep.
Huh?
Nothing.
Okay, well, good luck.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay. So yeah,
See you soon.
you head. Oh wait, no, my bad. It's I forgot something. I forgot a very important thing. You still have. Okay, so never mind. So the Sub-Zerus that you were supposed to take is currently has a mechanical problem that's going to take at least 24 hours to repair. So instead of being sent directly on the mission, you have a free 24 hours to do whatever you wish. What would you like your characters to do during this time?
I'm
Well-
very sad that I can't go into the bathtub with you guys.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I
that
need
would be
my armor.
dangerous.
Where exactly are we now then? I mean, it's like the same base, a different one, right?
Yeah, you're at the North Pole base, the same one as usual, but you are inside of the Sub-Zerus port.
Wait, Cody, do you think you could upgrade our bathtub system through magic?
Well,
I think that could be a fun project for you. Now that we don't have to, struggle with reality over this.
nice. So what are you thinking about? Like moving stone sculptures or carvings?
Yeah, but
Continuously moving or something?
my main idea is that we could make an extra room with the bathtub in it.
Yes.
We just have to look a bit into the layout of the base, but that could be possible, I think.
Yeah. Can I?
There's just an
use
extra
a shadow
room.
Power?
There's just an extra room on the second floor that's just popping. That's just popping out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be very good.
Like a small extra dimension, maybe? That's just like one room? Would that be possible?
Or maybe you change the building to have to have. No, what are you doing?
Can we have a closet that's bigger on the inside?
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
You have not tried to do something like that.
Okay, can we look into it then? Are you up for it?
Alistair just standing next to you, like you can see him, but he's
It's not
definitely interested in that because he's messing around with his armor the entire time.
I mean, a different idea would just to be to find an empty room somewhere that we could use and just like link the two spaces with like a magic door.
Yeah, but can we make a permanent portal? Well, I think we could use. If we can't, we could use your powers one time to make an extra room, and it would stay. But having that sort of a warp thing would be amazing. But can we make it permanent? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
If you're maintaining a portal that goes somewhere, it would count as you're maintaining a power. You would have a permanent -1 to your power rating, as long as you're maintaining it.
But I could do it as long as I'm there.
As long as you want.
And I always do it again. Okay, it's not the best. It's not a good solution.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what does the layout look like of the floor that we're on with the rooms next to us and behind us?
So you have the rooms of other officers and soldiers on either side, and they're above you is just the roof of the building, and on the third wall there's it's the entrance. Like it goes into the corridor that allows you to enter into your own rooms, and the last wall has a window to the outside. Unfortunately, if you were to pop up a new room on the window, you would either have to have a foundation, or you would have a room that's just like attached to the wall with not a lot of structure, not a lot of structural integrity. But since you can make it out of very resistant materials, it might not matter much.
do we have the space vertically to put a third floor up?
Yes. The base is inside of an extremely large cave, so you could just add a staircase and a third floor.
Yeah, that would be
Okay,
amazing.
so what I will do is I will go to the Shadow World
Okay.
and just float up like a couple meters so that I would be outside and come
Okay.
back to the real world.
Yeah.
And then I would like to make 4 walls and a roof appear out of a similar material than the rest of the base. Just the basic structure on top of the building.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for life. It's a difficult endeavor, so I'm gonna give you a -10, and because you're doing it in reality, you're using this powered fettered. Sorry, unfettered.
Could we say that because this is a side project, there's no time constraint to do it? Could we say that the roll is not a failure or success roll, but more of a how much time does it take? Like he does the roll, he manages to do it.
No, because if he activates a psychic phenomenon, then it's going to be very interesting for the base because it's okay. Yes, so you are able to do it, and you activate a psychic phenomenon. So you took the talent so that it's only one type of psychic phenomenon. Which one is it when it activates?
I have it written down on my character sheet, so I'll just find it real quick. It's called Veil of Darkness. For a brief moment, effectively the remainder of the round, the area within 3d10 meters is plunged into immediate darkness. So like some area around us just goes like...
Alright. So within 15 meters, which means like a large portion of the base, there's just a dome of darkness for an entire second. You hear shouts of confusion. You hear, you hear some people yelling, "Ah, fuck! The electricity is gone again!" from multiple rooms around you. But also you see that some people from the outside of the military part of the base are just looking in the direction and just being like, "What the hell just happened?" And suddenly there's a new room with a staircase heading up to it. I'm gonna have to find an isometric map that is a bedroom, so I'll add it in a second. But I do have isometric rooms, so I should be able to do that.
So from here on, we can just cut a hole in the roof and build a ladder that goes there, and then we have.
Oh, you already made a staircase.
Okay, nice. Yeah, even better.
So what is this room gonna be for? Is it like a bathroom?
Yeah,
Okay.
Just a lounge area, like some high class lounge area.
Yeah, like the bath from Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going for.
Oh, I have the perfect house. I have the perfect map for this. It's going to be. It's the one that I used in a previous campaign at the school. There was a bath. Hold on, let me find it again. No, that's the sewers.
So we're thinking like Baroque, like early Baroque kind of patterns and embellishments on all of the pool sides, and
Basically a Roman bath.
yeah.
Wow.
It's going to look probably more like a spring because I have a limited number of isometric maps that are rooms that are bath that have baths.
It can also be in our mind.
All right. So yeah, you are able to create it, and merging with it the essence of the essence of the Akina Mach 2 you're able to like add this into the part of the room, making it into a larger, more well equipped bath that your characters now have access
Nice.
to.
Can we
Fun in the
put
bath, guys.
nice? Can we put in the room like a photo of Akina and a photo of who's the one from Team Alpha that's dead? It's Krabby.
Samuel Krabby.
Yeah, and put a photo of Krabby and just
Hang them
leave
there.
the access open also for Team Alpha.
Okay.
So it's sort of a grief pool, if you will.
Wow,
Grief pool trademark.
it's a deep pool.
I found it. Okay. Yes. Okay, so it's inside of the castle folder. Okay. So this is gonna take me just a second to add it to this map.
I would say great to be back with you guys. It's been boring just with this cringe meteor person.
Yeah, growing up as a sort of thundery demigod thing must make you a bit kooky.
Especially if you get told all your life that like it's the fault of somebody,
Oh,
you know, like there's like other people who take responsibility for that.
yeah, feels a bit iffy.
All right. So
Oh, nice.
I hope you like this map because it's one of the only ones I have.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Okay.
That's
Here.
pretty cool. What are you going for, I guess?
It's like a hammam.
Yeah, it's not exactly Roman, but it's really close to one of those sort of Greek style. It is like the beach cavern stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. With like fake rocks and a fake waterfall on the one side.
This is
Well,
like
you could-
what do you? I know these sort of places in real life, but it's like trying to think where it was. It's somewhere in one of the Greek islands. They have a lot of these sort of, I don't know if it's limestone or something, but they have these buildings with like carved into the rock with this kind of stuff as well. So
Nice. All right, and whoever wrote Akina Mac 1 can change it to Akina Mac 3 now.
Yep, done.
That was a step up from Makina.
Okay.
Mark II, I would say.
all the other squads are gonna be sort of jealous of us.
All right.
Well, there's a like the stairway is like a ladder that we could move up and put in the ceiling so that it's not necessarily visible. So
this way, whenever the superiors come up, they they don't necessarily see the secret room that you've added to the base.
Well, there's an extra floor. They're gonna know pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
At some point, somebody is going to accidentally stumble into our hidden base, and it's like, we have a hidden base inside a hidden base. What do you think?
Nice.
The VIP only area.
I'm so glad that me just hoarding isometric maps like this is like useful. All right. So.
Also, quickly, I would like to go to by the bar and ask the one of the sisters I find here if she's got a photo of all of them somewhere.
Yes, they do have one of those saved on their on a computer. Why exactly do you want a photo of all of us?
Okay, so you know how the people of the Resistance don't exist into the Shadow Realm, and that's why you're safe. Okay, so that's not actually true. You do exist in the shadow world. Well, some of you, because basically there was, let's say there was a divergence in the force in '96. So basically, oh, this is so weird to tell you that.
Okay, so you met one of our shadows.
Yeah, and basically, okay, let me say that. You're all part of the resistance in that world. You all became fighters, and fighting the good fight, you all died except for Valentine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Sarah. Was the
Oh,
only
it was Sarah, sorry.
Yeah, Sarah was the only
it
one
Sarah.
who
The
survived.
gun was Valentina.
Yeah.
Valentina. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, she's the only one to have survived. I told her I'd bring a picture of your five, because
Wait.
you're fine in this world.
How are you going to do that? I thought objects couldn't pass from the shadow world from the real world into the shadow world.
Ah, true.
Everybody gains one immersion point.
Yeah. If you give me the picture, I'll fucking find a solution.
Okay.
I think I have the tools to make.
Do you need me to print it, or can I send it to your fancy armor gadget?
Please
Pretty
send
sure
it to my
our armor
friend.
can just like take a picture of the pic.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Okay. Listen. I gotta finish my shift, but I know that River is home right now, so you can just go. It's the floor above this one. You can go and like ask her for a picture.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to take a picture of the framed picture of all five of them. It's a framed picture of their first day on the job working at the 7th, and they're all like glowing, you are able to store this into your armor as part of the you're able to like record things with your armors. You've got
Nice.
that going for you. By this time it's reached the point where it's the evening and you're starting to be tired. So Theo, would you be doing anything? Would Alexander be doing anything special during the time between like dimension getting moved back and night time?
Not that I can really think of. I've been pondering it, and I don't know. It could just be because my brain is the consistency of applesauce right now, but I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Whoops. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. So you can just like enjoy the bath or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Alistair's going into the bed as well. You'll probably be surprised to see Alistair, who you probably haven't seen without his armor for quite some time, or at least without it on. And you notice he's actually buff as fuck now, because apparently his armor wasn't actually covering all the exercise he was getting from keeping up with you guys flying around with jetpacks.
All right. And Cody,
Alistair shaped hole in the water where you're invisible.
Yeah, basically, I just like I'm still sort of hiding with like. It's clear that Alistair is over there in the bathtub. I mean, there's like water splashing and stuff. He's like sort of childish, but like he's at basically the water inlet. He's sitting there. It's clear there's something over there. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Cody, you haven't tried to take a bath since your transformation, and besides, right now, being in reality, you cannot take off your carapace. This does mean that you watch the other two like kind of relaxing in the bath, but you yourself don't like you might not necessarily know what to do with yourself. How is Cody going to deal with this?
I'm definitely sad, but I also know that this carapace is part of my body, so it's an exoskeleton basically. So when I get in, I do actually feel the water, right? It's not like I'm wearing my armor.
You do feel the warmth, but it doesn't. It feels more like you're aware of temperature being around your body. It doesn't feel soothing in the way that it does on sore muscles, and it doesn't register as something that's relaxed, that's opening up the pores on your skin and relaxing you. It just feels there's a temperature, you know.
Warm. Do you think, guys, this is the reason why so many insects don't have pools? I don't know.
I had
that they will simply drown. So most of them seem to breathe through their skin. I don't know how that works for quadrillas, but worth finding out.
I have like a crazy long tongue that has like spikes on it, and I can use it to like lick the dirt off. Works fine most of the time. But I don't have much experience because in space there wasn't a lot of it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Cody is trying to overcompensate a little bit with trying to be himself. Yeah, I think that's kind of the mode that I'm taking. Like,
Meanwhile, you see like at where the water is coming into the pool, you see like all kinds of splashing, and Alistair's like, I mean, he took part of his armor off, so you see his head, but the rest is like, yeah, it's like you see a floating head and then splashing one of like some 5-year-old.
nice.
All right. You all get to enjoy the bath for a little while, and pretty soon, the lights of the entire base dim, and through the windows that you've created in the extra room, you're able to see that it's nighttime. All of you go to rest, preparing for the mission on the next day. And you're all in your individual rooms when you hear, when you're woken up by a strange sound coming from your living room. Second.
What?
You all hear a strange sound coming, this sound coming from the living room.
I just wake up like half asleep and like, what the fuck is going on? Who's there? And I open the door of my room.
Okay. So you.
Oh no! Oh no! Not that sound!
You open the door to find that materialized in the middle of your room is a very large blue police box.
I fucking hate this.
A blue what?
Police box.
Police box.
Yes.
What?
Oh god, retarded.
Out of it is going to emerge, let's see, this person, who's going to wave at all of you and say, hi, don't mind if I hope you don't mind if I invite myself in. I couldn't really use the door because I don't technically have permission to be inside of the base.
Oh yeah, so that makes it so much fucking better. What the fuck? Who are you? What are you doing here?
All right, allow me to introduce myself. You might know me as yours truly, but my name is Classiss Nidimon Serenad.
Oh, you were in that fucking file.
How do you know that?
That's a really good question.
But that is very clever. I'm very happy that you are so perceptive. All right.
Yeah.
So first of all, I would like to thank all of you for taking care of my beloved. You found Azelis, and you took them in and made sure that they were safe. And I am eternally thankful to all of you for that.
This is another immortal, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm.
Okay, as a thank you for all of us, can you never fucking wake me up at 3 a.m. again? And I think I'll be fine.
No promises. You know, we have to interact a lot in book 3, so I might have to wake you up a lot in the future.
I mean, is it like 2 a.m. or something?
It's around 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably still awake.
How is he reacting to a quadrilla being in the room?
Oh, he seems to be pretty like comfortable with the entire situation, despite it being somewhat weird that he just intruded into the place.
Okay, what the fuck is book 3, number 1?
It's well, you know, the third book.
Okay,
Okay, listen. If I talk strangely a lot of the times, and it's understandable that you might not understand everything that I say. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it's because I'm talking to you, not to you.
okay, okay, you're gonna start making sense really fucking fast. I'm just gonna go back to bed.
Okay.
You know, try and talk to me and not to me if you can. That's gonna make this so much easier.
All right. Let me try to explain it in another way.
Fucking immortal.
Okay, so slight timeout. Idris, you lose 1 immersion point for referencing something in the file that your character could not have known at all. And Classiss is going to say, all right, capitalism has a very example of the point that I'm going to try to prove. You know that there's lots of things that are illegal, but that are only punished by a fine. You know, you pay money as punishment for what you've done. For the common man, for the common folk, it can be a large problem. It can take out half of your month's wages and things like this, and it can be devastating. But for the rich, those who have a lot of money to spare, it really doesn't really matter to them if they lose that money. So,
That's why it's called a fine, because if you've got the money, then it's fine.
That's probably not true. But what I'm trying to get at is that technically, for the billionaires, it's not illegal. It's just slightly inconvenient to have to pay a fine. They have an enormous amount of money to spare. So, applying the same logic, if there's something that you're not supposed to do, and that you get punished for, and that you lose something, but you have an abundance of that thing, why do you care?
Yeah, I still don't see how that's got anything to do with any situation.
All right, let me rephrase. Alexander, did you have any recent strange things happen to you? Like things appearing out of nowhere, or objects on your person changing their appearance for no explainable reason?
Alistair is just nodding in silence while eating his midnight snacks like, this makes sense, this is neat.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Anybody else has had strange happenings? Maybe an axe materializing out of nowhere? Or a gun transforming into what appears to be a plastic Nerf gun?
Yeah.
Yes? Alright.
Perhaps.
Okay. Good, we're getting somewhere. Now, For some strange reason, your minds seem to have not reflected upon those strange events at all. You've just had it happen to you and then never discussed it. It's like it's this very smooth orb of a thought that your minds just slipped on and never returned to. Why is that? Why is it that?
That's how historians talk about characters in the past they never met.
I don't see what you mean.
You seem to assume that we would have had a lot of time to think about our situation, but we are currently in our situation, so
Yeah, plus, figured it was a side.
difficult to see it from the outside, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Plus, I think we figured it was a side effect of the armor, and shit has been happening to us.
That's
Weird shit.
Besides, you're like in reality, and there's like several other realities. So at this point, I already lost track at 2 realities. So I'm not particularly surprised by anything anymore.
See?
that's
what-
very understandable, but when you use shadow powers, you're effectively using your imagination to change things. And those events that have been happening to you have been different from shadow powers. You weren't concentrating on imagining things, and I'm sure now that Cody is able to sense the things that he can sense, and use the powers that he can use, well, you can tell it's very different, can't you, Cody?
So, what you're trying to tell us is that imagination is like money for the billionaires? That if we can use it to change reality, even if that would be
It's
cheating the system, that would it still be cheating if we have an abundance of it?
It's not imagination, but it is another word that starts with I. All right. Those strange phenomena, they've always helped you, right? They've always made the situation slightly easier by protecting you or allowing you to do your jobs a little bit better. And yet, it's not activated by you. It's not controlled by you. It seems like there's... Well, so it's not random. It's activated by something or someone. To be more precise, I believe all of you have guardian angels. And the reason you haven't been processing that those strange things were happening is because the guardian angels in question, well, it's kind of rude for them to draw attention to themselves. So they stay quiet, but there they are.
Yeah,
And
okay.
do you believe that they do have good intentions, or is this some kind of a warning?
Oh, probably very good intentions. Not necessarily... It's not necessary that their actions are going to keep you safe. After all, they are probably going to decide to send you on more little dangerous adventures, but overall, they will do what they can to be guardians. Guardian
Well,
angels.
And I
Adventure,
assume
I'm
that-
going back into the bath. Bye, guys.
And I assume that you have enough integrity as a researcher to back this up with at least a little bit of evidence.
Well, I could do that, yes. I could.
Because otherwise I could also just say that we are made up of fairy creatures. And those fairy creatures can talk and they can change reality, and that's why it happened.
That's true. I could be gracious and politely ask that one of the guardian angels, who can very probably hear us in this very moment, manifest something miraculous.
Yeah, so what you've been saying, if I understand it correctly, is that I should read all the Sens book. And so long as I have immersion points, I can spoil the shit out of the story and get out of shitty problems.
That's correct. By the way,
The fuck did I just say? What the fuck is going on?
you just lost another immersion point.
Yeah, I figured.
Perfect.
It's the reason why you like this character.
Huh?
is secretly the reason why you like this character.
I love this character. All right.
Why the fuck is he in the blue box?
Well, it's simple, really. If I was, I love making an entrance. Anyways, my job here is done. Have a nice day, everyone, and I'll see you around.
Yeah,
What
see
the
you
actual
in book
literal
3. Hat.
And he is going to return inside of his blue box that then shortly proceeds to disappear.
Can I sneak a peek through the door?
Yeah, you're able. Okay, so through the door, you're able to see that the interior looks something a little bit like this.
Of course.
You would choose.
I told you.
Oh man, fucking immortals, they're all crazy. I don't even know if I want to find Soren now.
To be completely honest, he did make me lose a lot of faith into anything we're doing right now.
You nurture the comms system. You also say, do we really care at this point? I mean, I'm just in it for the adventure. And you can clearly hear Badwater from his mic, from the background.
Yeah, me too, but, you know, if every encounter with an immortal is going to be like this, I mean, this, as it is one, it's shaping up to be my favourite fucking immortal so far. Just less problem than the others. And I can't wait to be proven wrong, and that she's also batshit insane.
Did you say Soren or Azilis?
As it is. Damn it.
So the box is going to reappear, and Classiss is going to pop his head and say, "By the way, my pranks, Azilis, uses they them pronouns, and the gender neutral version of princess or prince is prinks. That's what I used to refer to them.
Did you say prankster?
Prinks, Prinxe.
Oh.
They're royalty, you see.
So Alison is totally just going to call them Pringles.
That's fair. Listen, I am much of a joker myself, so if you do things like this, so you're welcome to mess with my way of saying stuff too. Right. Oh, I also wanted to mention one thing. I have been talking to the other immortals and introducing some cultural concepts that they weren't aware of before. You might have heard
of making fucking sense.
Wait. You might have heard what's her name? Wilfred yell Leroy Jenkins. That was my fault. I apologize. Now I'll be going for real this time. Have a nice day. And he closes the door and goes off again.
Oh my god. Are we going to end up like this?
No, we're not immortal. I'll just fucking kill each and every one of you when you start being like that. I promise you. No danger here. And I will kill myself following. Okay, I'm in a bad mood. I'm gonna go to sleep and think on it, and I just disappear into the room and go back to sleep.
Into the
room.
Okay, so you go to the pool?
No, I go back into my room.
Oh, okay, yeah, your bedroom. Got it.
And my bed.
All right. So at this point, you're going to hear a knock on the door, and you hear Costa's voice yelling, "Hey, we've heard strange noises. Is everything okay in there?"
Making it work.
I get back up again.
Okay, you open the door and you see the general, but also the 4 members of Team Alpha there with their armors, just like ready just in case.
Yeah, drop the armors. It's too late. He got away.
Who got away?
We met another immortal.
I get back out of my room. You already know anyways, right?
What?
Don't you have us observed all the time? These
Sorry?
days? I asked him, you already know what happened anyways, right?
Oh no, you're not on a mission, so Danielle is in her home right now. I'll have to ask her. How many immortals are there?
Well, working theory is that there's 6, 1 for each room. So we've met. My personal take on it is that we've met Azelez, which is void, Wilfred, which is probably like
Chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
What makes you think
Soren's probably life, because the life quadrillas like her. Sorry. We think Thin Longfinger is death, and that the Emperor might be Cosmos.
What makes you think there's 6 runes?
Very true.
Well, and I take out some of the notes from Soren and I show him the symbol of the lab. And I say, see, like on this symbol you have 6 different lines that make up the logo. And the rune that we found, which was the rune of chaos, if I imagine correctly, has carvings in it that would make it part of a form that you could clip together that would make the logo shape. Maybe. It's a working hypothesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so Cosmo and Rebirth and the Shadow World aren't finished yet. Well, that makes sense because we have one of the runes.
Yeah, we were also thinking that. Where was it that we've been told that? Isn't that in the Shadow World that we've been told that the Emperor's completed Cosmo and Rebirth? I think we were told that.
That was in Danielle's mission report. Yes, that the shadow that in the Shadow 1 year after the Battle of New York, the Emperor completed Cosmo and Rebirth. I wasn't certain what that meant. I thought it was just adding Soren's rune to the rest, but it seems it's more than that. So you met Classiss?
Oh, so you know him?
I know. I've only had my father tell me about him. He was one of the first immortals, and he was the mentor of my father and Soren. He taught them a lot of strange things, but apparently my father had a deep respect for the man. Do you think he's on our side?
I think he's on his side.
Well,
can't tell you much more than that.
Alright. Next time he comes by the base, tell him to come and meet us so we can have a talk.
Don't think he's going to listen, but we can try.
Alright.
Oh yeah, we will.
Right. I'm gonna go and talk to Danielle and find out the details of what just happened.
Just for reference, where is actually the entrance to the bat house area?
It's a ladder that's in the middle of the room.
Basically under the table, right?
Huh? Yeah, over the table. And just before he leaves, he's going to wait, come back, and say, and please don't modify the structural integrity of the base too much. You're not architects.
Well,
what are you talking about?
but engineers.
I can tell when a third floor is being added to my base.
Yeah, but how can you tell it's us? I mean, we just had the visit of an immortal. Life is not what it used to be like. I mean, causality just is really, really weird right now. So
Yeah.
things happen, and you may think that there is a short way to that thing that has happened, and you can deduce what has happened. But we've been proven time and time again that this isn't that easy right now.
Quinn,
Meanwhile,
say that
while you're
failing-
saying this,
Quinn,
there's clearly sounds of flowing water coming over Alistair's communication system.
yeah. Quinn Jacobs, please, let me know. Has your team been invited by Team Delta to be able to have access to the bath that's been added? And, like, you can see Quinn, that's just looking like that's going to look at all of you and then at the general and then going to say, yes, I have been invited by Team Delta to use their newly constructed bathhouse.
What you thought that when we had a bath, regardless of how it was built, we were not going to use it?
Okay, everybody gets a new immersion point, and
Also, considering the fact that it's clear that Alistair is taking a liking to the place, he would probably not appreciate it if you start messing with the bathtub. So, I'm guessing so far the generals is if Alistair stays out of trouble, it's gonna be good.
you are a very efficient team, so I'm gonna let it slide. Just as
Thank
long
you.
as you don't trip on some soap and break your head up there. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Also, make sure that you know that efficiency is not everything in a good team. There's other virtues.
Thank you, Cody. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
Oh, by the way, and just when he's leaving,
Yeah.
I just go, oh, by the way, Daniel, please never tell him that Ferries built the thing. Just tell him that we did it to mess with him. And I make sure that he can hear it as he goes up.
Okay. So, I know I'm going to forget this piece of information, but the general will inform you in the late, like on radio while you're on your way to the mission, that Danielle, like, was awake during this time and just didn't see anything happening to y'all while Classiss was present.
Okay.
What?
Did she see us move?
Particularly
She just
happened. Anyway.
stopped seeing things for a few minutes.
Does she also see what I'm seeing still?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still aware of things happening around. All right.
Also, speaking of structural integrity, I mean, they know that there's another floor, but do they know where the entrance is? That's the real question.
The extra
Because
floor
they're not
is
gonna
is
just
above
build
only
walls.
one room, yours. So I think they might have figured it out. All right.
It's like secret levers and stuff.
So all of you get back to resting. You might have a little bit of trouble falling asleep after the strange discussion you've had with the last immortal you've met. But you finally find yourself in dreams that are no stranger than the reality you've just left. And upon waking up in the morning, you are tasked to go on the mission that was halted the previous evening, and you make your way onto the repaired Sub-Zeris and head off into towards Sydney. All right. Right. Cool. So, at some point during your trip, the Sub-Zeris is going to like go up to the sea level in order to replenish air, and it is going to offer you a very nice view of the surroundings of Sydney. Sydney is one of the only places on Earth where the dark clouds that are surrounding the entire place are parted and where a lot of vegetation is able to grow. So, in the distance, you are able to see sunlight for the first time in a really long time. And you're able to see the circular walls of Sydney in the distance. You'll be there very shortly. Are you going to? Is there anything that you want to do before you get there?
I don't know. Maybe get a general weather report on the area.
Okay. So, looking into the files you have on Sydney, you're able to learn the following. Sydney is the major producer of food for the entire solar system. It's got like very tall circular walls that converge into the different districts of the place, and on the walls is where most of the vegetation is able to grow, and it exports a lot of food to the rest of Earth, but also to Mars and Luna. Towards the top of the circular walls is it's mostly greenery and gardens, and towards the bottom it's habitations and things like this. The outer wall is for shipping and exchange, and the port and the spaceport, and inside each consecutive walls, it's things like the shanty town. After that, there's the different neighborhoods, all the way to the central neighborhoods that has the Imperial garrison, the university, and things like this. You all have, thanks to the research done by the Rebellion, you know that Dr. Heisenberg teaches at the University of Sydney. So you are, this is where you're headed. You make your way to, the Subzeris makes its way to the port, and you are able to get out of the Subzeris once again with very little problems, and you're now in on solid land and bathed in light for the first time in a long time. Okay, so give me 1 second. What was I looking for? Right. Yeah. Are y'all going to do? Do you leave the off of the port and head straight towards the center of the ring?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not waste any time.
All right. So, as you are making your way along the sides of this canal right here, you are you're going to notice that there's a group of Imperials on the other side of the. Give me 1 second to place them. A group of Imperials on the other side of the bank that are walking up to a Subzeris with a group of dock workers there, and talking with they talk with the group, and very quickly just identify one person that they seem to be looking for, and move towards one of the dock workers and proceed to start arresting him on charges of stealing very, very rare nuclear material that his subsidiaries was transporting. The man immediately starts to claim that no, he didn't steal anything. They can search him. He hasn't he hasn't stolen what they're accusing him of. His finance might not be great, but that doesn't mean that he would steal. The guards, the Imperials, don't really bother searching him. They're one of them is going to point to a tablet, Cosmo and Rebirth tablet, and say, "We have all of the proof that we need right here to arrest you. Please come with us." And you can see that the dock workers start to try to push them off of him when they try to grab him. And I'm going to need everyone to roll chaos at -10, please.
Do I need the -10 since I'm invisible?
Yes, it's a perception thing.
Oh,
-20. Yeah, I still hit the critical. Oh, and Theo does well this.
I somehow rolled Cosmos instead of Chaos. I'm gonna try that again.
Okay, but you rolled a 4, which is going to be enough for a success. So Alexander and Alistair, you're going to notice something slightly strange happening. As the other dock workers are protesting and saying, "Hey, search Robert, see if he has what you're claiming he stole on him," you are going to spot that there is there's a janitor with this very large vacuum that is passing just passing by the encounter, and is going to just tap the person who's been accused of theft on the shoulder, and immediately the dock worker ceases to protest and is going to is just going to accept his arrest and surrender. He is searched, and very quickly a tube of a tube containing green glowing something is extracted from inside of his pockets and secured by the Imperials. You see a couple of other.
How large is this tube?
It's like this.
Can I tell from the distance right now what kind of radioactive material is it? Is it like waste, or is it a fuel, or is it?
It would probably be some sort. It's some sort of fuel. From what you can tell, this is a battery.
I sort of want to try and steal it.
I can tell you always want to steal radioactive stuff. And the janitor is going to keep going, and meanwhile the other dock workers are still protesting. One of them is saying, no, but wait, that there's no way none of the capsules, none of the radioactive material capsules were stolen from the ship. We don't know where he got this. But the Imperials do not listen, and the Imperials are going to finish their arrest.
What do I need to roll to steal it? I mean, that would be fun if the entire battery that they're fighting over is suddenly missing as well. So
you would need to roll Void at -50, because you'd need to slip between multiple guards, grab it from the evidence bag that one of them is carrying, without them noticing. So you'd need to roll at -50.
That's a lot them with the +60 from my stuff.
Yeah. You still roll with the +60 from your things, from your equipment.
So,
huh? So +10.
Plus?
Yeah. Your modifier is 10. And all right. So you get in there. You take the capsule with you, and you were able to you add it to your armor, making it as invisible as you are, and return to the group with a radioactive battery.
Very nice.
Hey guys, guess what I got?
By the way, I forgot. This is what the janitor looks like.
Mhm.
Right. So, strange scene, but not the most uncommon thing you've ever seen. What are you going to do?
Are we going to get involved in this, guys?
I'm already involved. I stole the battery, but they don't know that. So, if you simply call them out on the battery, I mean, don't approach them. Just from a distance, say what's going on, and then there's like force them to show the battery because they don't have it anymore.
Okay, can I make voices appear that shout like show the evidence or something like this?
Yes.
You could probably just ask them straight off.
You can. I'm going to need you to roll for life, please.
Please don't make a double.
And that is not a double, that is a pass. You are able to raise a cacophony of voices that seem like they're coming from multiple angles from different people who are present at the scene.
Different places in the docks, like from windows, from the workers that are protesting, like trying to get the people rallied up.
Yeah.
As well.
And one of the Imperials is like the captain who seems to be leading the arrest is going to yell, "Enough! We've had it with you Australians just doing whatever you please all the time. You're already causing enough problems with the whole religion thing that's going on. You're not going to intervene with arrests too. If you want to see, it's right here in the bag. You can read all of the reports that we're going to." He weighs the bag. He's going to open it, look around, and say "fuck."
I'm gonna watch very intently what the janitor is up to during all that time.
The janitor is looking at this a little bit he's observing the scene, but there's different moments where his eyes sort of seem to glaze over and to be watching nothing instead.
Okay. Can I sort of wander innocently in his area?
So the janitor is going to be on the other side. As I mentioned, is going to be over here.
Probably just take a look at him and just.
But you can't go through like onto this bridge right here and go on the other side where the janitor.
Yeah, I know that would be too long.
Can Cody just like look at him and like estimate what this guy is?
Yeah, I was just about to say, can I feel his life force from the distance?
Yes, you can feel his life force from a distance. He is weaker than you, that you can tell. Comparatively to other characters in your group, he is weaker than Alexander. Hold on. Mitya and Alistair. He is stronger than Alistair and slightly weaker than Mitya.
Okay, so I will relay this information to you guys, and then I would say maybe, I don't think he's a quadrilla, maybe he's somebody in disguise, but he seems to be kind of on human level with his powers.
Can you sense psychic powers being used or something like that? Because what he did to the man was fucking weird when he tapped him on the shoulder and suddenly something changed.
So one of the guards tapped the old guy on the shoulder, no? Or was it the other way around?
Mhm.
Who tapped who on the shoulder again?
The janitor tapped the dock worker who was being arrested.
And you felt he felt nothing at that moment.
He didn't seem to realize he was being tapped on the shoulder.
But he changed. He stopped protesting like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still like even with the protests and the voices being heard that Cody projected, he's still that dock worker is still looking down at his feet and just not fighting his arrest, and he keeps being dragged away by two of the Imperials while the captain is just yelling, "All right, it's got to be around here somewhere. We just had it. Just look around, and we just can't like lose uranium just like that."
Hand over the guy. You have no evidence, basically.
Cody, can you do the trick with the voices again and just start a riot over policemen arresting Australians for no fucking reason?
You
Let's
have
go.
no power.
I
here.
imagine that I was keeping the
power maintained.
shouting up also.
Okay.
Like
So I'm going to need you to roll creation to incite a riot.
can
Well,
do.
not necessarily a riot, no, yeah.
Creation
but like-
to
to introduce a good topic for them to write about, like
Yeah.
change the tone of my magic.
You got it.
They're trying to adopt
Right.
it.
Unfortunately, your the way that you are like the voices are kind of dissonant. They're all speaking at the same time, and because they don't have any Australian accent, you're unable to convince the people who are actually there to protest too much. You do cause the captain to react and to grab his what's it called? His mic, and he's going to say, "All right, send in Mordred. It looks like we're starting to have a little bit of problems at the port, where we're having people protesting the arrest that we're making, and a few a short while later, you are going to see a gigantic. Where did I?
Okay, guys, this is getting hairy.
Yeah.
Is it
I'm
worth
just
it?
like-
or no?
Oh, are these guys supposed to be like the best they have in this place?
So you're going to see a mech,
Let's go.
a very large mech that is going to like walk around and just observes the entire port. With this massive scythe in his hand, and like immediately everybody just gets back to work. Everybody just gets back to doing what they were doing and looks at their feet very intently. So this is what like the different mechs that you could find in Sydney look like, and Mordred is one of the ones in the middle.
Okay, so what do these things are they operated by like one person or something? Like how big are they for scale?
They are going to be about 3 times bigger than a normal person.
Okay.
Like, hey, can we maybe like hijack one of these things? They
No.
look fun.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please don't try it.
I think we should get on with our goals.
Yeah, me too.
Seems to be kind of everyday business almost.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, this time they don't have any evidence, planted or otherwise.
So I think we've done enough to disrupt Imperial proceedings in the near future. Just
Yeah, you got a
proceeding
point. I
orders.
mean, they don't have any evidence left, so, but seeing as how they control this place, I don't think it's gonna end well for this guy, so. But
Make sure to keep
then
the
again,
battery on you though.
they tried.
Make sure to keep the battery on you though, so that if they might search our subsidiaries, that they're not gonna find it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the battery, like, I'm still hidden, so it's fine.
Right. So, you start to make your way into the city. As you move, you're going to enter inside of one of the large domes and find yourselves inside of this circle with extremely high walls, about 30 stories for just the first wall, and there's like 10 more stories to each of the consecutive walls. And as you make your way inside, the port is seriously smelly. It's like it's through here that you see multiple pipes from inside of the city rejecting industrial waste. But the more you make your way inside, the nicer the houses seem, the more guards there are keeping the streets safe, and the more Imperial flags you see floating around. You are going to make your way into the central circle, all the way to the University of Sydney, that has a very large garden-like campus surrounded by university buildings. So this is where your characters find themselves.
Nice.
Just looking around the university, you don't know, like, you don't have like plans of the university or things like this. You do not know where your target is.
Why is our base on the North Pole, guys?
Huh? What did you say?
I'm just enjoying the plant life. Can I maybe take a bunch of samples of some interesting flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you trying to be discreet, or are you trying to be like, I'm a scientist, it's okay that I'm a botanist?
I'm just thinking more about like foraging just some like weeds from the side of the road that I haven't seen before.
Okay.
Nothing too major.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're able to collect a few specimens you haven't gotten your hands on before.
I sort of understand what you mean with that. You know, all this vegetation is kind of nice, but what about all the different kind of snow we get? Think about it. People here would be amazed to have a little snow.
Yeah, that's true.
You
And they
just
don't know the
know
difference
scientists.
between like black ice and like fresh snow, and like just like rant like about different kinds of snow for a bit.
Yeah, think of little ice cubes, big ice cubes.
Yeah.
Icicles. Do you think the people in Sydney have ever seen fucking iceberg? I'm not sure.
Probably most of them haven't.
Yeah.
I also just absorbing the scenery, and like I can use this for camouflage purposes, like blend in with the surroundings. And he wanders off and is just checking the plants as well to see how they move and stuff.
Right. There's a few students here and there walking towards classes, or simply sitting in the shade of some trees, apparently trying to avoid the warmth of the sun that's your skin, your own skin has been deprived of for a long time. Life seems quiet, peaceful, and enjoyable in this place.
Can I sort of grab a student and go like, excuse me.
Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm looking for Professor Heisenberg office. I'm uncertain to where it is.
Professor Heisenberg. So his office is his over there right now, but but okay. So we had a computer crash this morning, which means he's probably going to be in the server room repairing the servers instead of his class. You want to go to that yellow tower structure that has a lot of like squares and circles on it, and just it's going to be like on the first or second floor. That's where you're gonna find him.
Nice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And yeah, just be very careful not to destroy anything in the server room. Not to like move anything in the server room. Those machines are finicky.
Guys,
Okay.
let's make sure to leave this place more or less intact if we can.
Yeah, I'm just going to walk into the place with a nuclear battery in my armor.
Damn it.
All
I
right.
mean, it's in my armor, so it should be.
True.
Maybe before we go in, should we have a look at the Shadow World version of things, just to get an idea of what we're dealing with?
Everybody,
Yeah, before we actually enter an area with her.
everybody gets an extra immersion point.
Alistair, can you maybe hide and have a look in the Shadow World just to check
Yeah.
if it's the same?
Yeah, sure. And I go into the shadow world. Not
Alright.
entirely sure if the battery's gonna do anything, but
Yeah, you hide in your armor.
Okay, so you disappear into the shadow world and find that you can find that most of the scenery is practically identical, but immediately your friends aren't there, and most of the students that you see around you are in different places. It seems that whatever disruption you've caused in Paris, or that the other glitches might have caused here in Sydney, has made it that every person has a different life at the moment. You immediately see people are sitting in different places, and things like this.
just go like, guys, the shadow world.
No, you
Isn't
can't.
actually-
You can't contact people from one world to the other. You need to
Yeah,
go.
but like I was only going there to take a look, so I'm going back and forth.
All right.
So I like return and I go, guys, the effect we had on the shadow seems to be lasting. Machinery is the same, but everything we interacted with in the shadow world is also different from this world. The people in the shadow world are actually in a different place, but they are still here though.
That means that Coastline Rebirth is effectively useless, though, which means that there might be other security systems in place that we should be aware of also.
Mm,
And we can use the Shadow World to just sneak into places.
true.
Probably. Did we see the Imperials at the docks carrying Coastline Rebirth devices?
Yeah, they were using it as evidence to arrest the dock worker without searching him.
Yeah, that's probably going to cause a lot of problems in the near future.
Yeah,
Reliable.
they don't actually function anymore. So
This is going to be the chaos that the rebellion needs, though,
True.
to get their dominance on Earth.
something tells me we'll need to take out their force of mecha.
Let's fucking
Yeah, but
What was
currently
it?
we are here to talk to Professor and not to destroy an army.
All right. So
Just for reference, for future reference, Alistair is going to ask around where the armory is and where they keep the suits and how many there are.
okay,
He's going to be investigating this because he's really interested in it.
are you doing this right now?
No, but like when we meet the professor and stuff, I'm gonna ask him.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, By the way, I just thought of something. It's a bit weird, but hear me out. You know how Samuel Crabby was killed in Sydney?
Yes.
We could do a play where instead of looking like you look like him. And the first person that just eyes you wrong, we know we should be wary of. You see what I mean?
That is a pretty good plan, actually.
And so from now on, every person that we meet, I just look at their first reaction where they see Cody.
Okay.
Yeah, I will try to assume.
Wait, who is she impersonating now?
So,
The member for Team Alpha that died.
Cody, I'm going to need you to roll life to change your appearance. I assume you do it like you go in the tower and then you like go into the bathroom.
I find like a place, like an alleyway or like a path in the forest where I'm by myself and just do it there.
All right. In this case, you now look like Samuel Crabby from Team Alpha. So,
hey guys,
this is what you look like.
Nice, love the haircut.
Yeah, so for you guys, it's kind of like seeing a ghost. But you
actually know this guy. He has not been paying attention to Team Alpha at all.
You do because you know Samuel and Cody well. You are able to see that it's still Cody's expressions on Samuel's face. Samuel often looked bored and disdainful. Cody looks at the rest of you with a lot more respect than Samuel used to. After you're done changing, you make your way into the server room, past a couple of like electricians that are that seem to be having a pleasant conversation on their way out, and you arrive inside of the server room. Not a lot of security here. You got here like completely unhindered, but you are going to spot something is amiss. As soon as you get into the server room, the smell of iron reaches your noses, and looking around, you are going to find the professor is laying on the floor in a pool of blood.
Fuck.
Oh, blood?
The professor is laying on the floor in a pool of his own blood.
Are the security guys around him?
Security guards?
Yeah. Or are we alone with him in this place?
Yeah,
like
you're alone with him.
Okay.
So,
Can we see like, did he fall or?
You move in closer to inspect him, only to find that he has multiple stab wounds, about 5 on throughout his back. He was backstabbed by something.
By something. Okay, I'm just gonna go scout around if I see any objects with blood on it. And I'm gonna look around, guys. You guys take care.
Is he still warm? I manifest my glove, and I touch him and see if he's still warm.
He is still warm, yes.
Fuck.
Let's touch him up, guys. I'm gonna go find out what did.
A little bit absently, I say, let's check the room first before we talk with him.
We talk with what?
What?
He's dead.
The powers of the warp grant me the ability to sometimes speak with people who have already perished.
He's not dead yet. Don't go writing me off already.
Am I right, Simon? I mean, that's what you meant when you said I talked to the dead astronaut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just one, two.
He is still alive, though.
He's alive?
Huh?
Wait, he's dead.
Yeah, he is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still warm, but he is dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I keep noticing
Let-
that my HP bar is at 17 instead of 20. I mean, it's 20 on my stat, but it's like
Huh. Okay. I'll change it like this, and then it should stop.
yeah, the immersion isn't tagging along. The HP isn't tagging along if I edit it on my sheet.
Okay, so everybody who's looking around the room can roll for chaos in order to see if you find anything.
In the meantime, Simon, do you know the name of the talk to dead people psychic power? So I quickly look up the rules.
I don't think there is one in this, but I think what would work best is if you get to talk to you get to ask as many questions as your power rating when you cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any evidence nearby of like any objects used for stabbing him, or is it all just
Right. So chaos. So Mitya, you are you look around the room. And you're not going to find any sort of murder weapon. The servers seem to have been repaired very recently, but you are going to notice that somebody seems to have carved the symbol of a cross on near the body, on one of the doors of the what's it called? Of the servers, and there's a little bit of fresh blood on the inside of the carving, meaning it was probably made with the murder weapon.
I take a picture.
Okay.
Okay,
Can I access the computer terminal?
Yep.
And check for like the last actions, like see if there was some last accessed files that might have been copied, like stolen on a hard drive or something like this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Roll for Cosmos, please.
Well, when he does that, how long would you estimate we entered the room? How long has it been since we've entered the room?
About a minute. And
Okay.
Cody, you don't find anything in the files. You just find that the servers got rebooted very, very recently after a crash.
Okay, this is weird.
Should I dash out and try and catch the two electricians that just came out of here?
Go.
Okay, I dash out and I try to catch them.
All right. So you're going to find them pleasantly talking on their way through the garden, just like talking about apparently a movie that has recently come out in theaters. You catch up to them and like they turn around and they're like, hey, hi,
Hey,
do we
hi.
know you?
Were you just in the server room
Yeah.
with the Professor Eisenberg?
Yeah.
He's just been murdered.
What?
Yeah.
We were. He can't be. Hold on. We were. We were with him like a minute ago. How?
Yeah, we entered the room just after you left him, and he just had been stabbed.
so like ask them if
call.
anyone-
Hey. Use your phone. Call campus security. I'm gonna go have a look at this. See if there's like. See if we can do CPR or something. And
No, wait. Please, both come with us. And he calls them, but we stay together. Because if it's one of you, I'm really sorry to say that. It may be one of you, it may be one of us. Just let's all stay together and let nobody leave.
That's fair. Just don't get too close to us, please. We don't know you, and there's just been a okay. Yeah. So like they're calling. One of them is calling campus security. They both walk back in and like you can watch their faces as they're coming inside, and like both of them, like even though you told them there was a murder, still have like this genuine shock on their face when they see the professor. Like one of them is going to move in and try to get a pulse and say, like, how did he bleed out so fast? That's we were just talking with him.
That's a very good question indeed.
Like, whoever killed him must still be in here.
Wait, does this symbol tell you anything? And I show them the cross. Is this a religious thing or something?
Fuck. Yeah, this is the symbol of like the new religion that popped up in Sydney. He was a fervent supporter of the Empire's stance that religion is stupid and antiquated and that it should be forcefully banned, and he was vocal about it. And now I think one of those nut jobs killed him.
Which nut jobs exactly? When you were here?
They set up like a church like in the outer ring, and they got this like ancient this book from the ancient times from like before Hinios like banned a lot of books on religion, and they're using it as their basis for like their religion. They're calling it Christianity.
Sounds dumb. Okay. Damn it.
But
How about you guys wait outside the door?
We're gonna wait with you until security gets here.
I'm gonna just go walk outside and look around the building.
Okay. Yeah, you're like they don't see you, so you make your way outside. You start looking around. You can see like students just doing student things, moving around, and campus security, like a few people in Imperial uniform, just making their way towards the server room.
Alistair, can you check the Shadow World again?
And I will check the Shadow World, and also like I'll take a peek inside, but like I make sure I don't hop back into the Shadow World or out of the Shadow World inside the server room.
Okay. So you make your way back. So the Shadow World doesn't have anything very interesting to offer on like on the outside. But as you make your way back inside, you are going to spot that there are multiple things that are strange. First of all, the crime scene is exactly the same. Apparently, the Professor Heisenberg seems to have been murdered in exactly the same way in the Shadow World. And apart from the fact that there's nobody here apparently witnessing the murder, there you like it takes you a second to notice that there is one other person in the room who just seems to be staring vaguely into space, not really minding your presence, and it's the janitor.
Yeah. I already figured as much. Okay, so I just see the janitor, and like, does he look different than the other one we saw earlier?
You're pretty sure it's the same person.
Does he actually pay attention to the body? Does he pay attention to the body or not at all?
No. He seems to be more looking like towards the stairwell that you just took to like towards the exit that you just used to come back in, and his eyes are like drifting between like a few points back and forth, But it, like, to you, it seems like he's just looking at the wall, like here and here.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's seeing something, or he's not entirely 100%. I'm just gonna like go back outside, I guess, and switch back for a moment
Okay.
and tell them, guys, the scene is the exact same in the Shadow World, and except the janitor is here, and he is definitely suspicious.
Him the fuck again. I turn to the two guys and I say, do you know of a janitor that sort of looks like, and I sort of describe him to them?
Mm-hmm. You start to make your description. And they're like, that sounds like. I mean, that doesn't sound like any of the people who work here, but no, maybe it's a new hire. Why?
Because we saw him around the room when we were entering, so he might be a suspect too.
Oh, we didn't see him. That's.
I have a different question.
Yes.
How big is this campus? How many students? What's the teaching body like?
Oh,
is there like how big is the research stuffs?
There's about I think there's like 25 teachers and 400 students.
All right.
It's one of the, like, it's Earth's biggest university here. Oh my god, the scandal is gonna be bad. There's gonna be the parents are gonna get worried and pull the students out, and it's, oh my god. George, I think you're gonna get fired because, like, they need to keep me on staff, but they might not need to keep you on staff. And like George is like, fuck. At this point,
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go back into the Shadow World and like go back inside, and I'm going to basically shadow the janitor.
okay.
And can I like observe the gear and stuff he has as well?
Okay.
See, like what it's for, maybe.
So, as you make your way back inside, you see the janitor is exiting the place, looking back behind him multiple times, and you start to shadow him. He seems to be looking back towards the tower multiple times, but then after that, he's just going to like head out of campus. His equipment seems to be a basic vacuum cleaner, but like it's a technologically advanced vacuum cleaner that has like the pouch in his back that can store like.
Has he used it at all to actually clean anything? Because this thing definitely seems suspicious.
Well, you're not certain, but there's no way for you to tell if it's actually, like, you haven't interacted with a lot of vacuum cleaners of the Empire before, so unless you
interpret this as like it might be a weapon,
it could be for all you know.
And it also has like the sort of backpack thing, right? So what does that? Can I sort of like observe it from a little bit closer, like to see how it looks to function or something, or it's genuine?
Yes,
like not suspicious.
I would like you, since you're getting closer, to roll a void with a. Oh, never mind. I don't have enough chaos to spot you, anyways. So yeah.
Yeah, and I got that move, so I guess.
Yeah. You get closer. You observe the thing. From what you can see on the side, there is a part of the vacuum cleaner that is not opaque, that is see-through, and you can clearly see dust on the inside of the on the inside.
Are there any buttons of sorts on it? Maybe like an on or off button or something else?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's multiple buttons, like to control the strength how much has been absorbed. There's a reverse button, and there's like a power button.
Can I just turn it off and then just quickly tap the button,
Okay.
trying to do this covertly while he's distracted for something?
Yeah. So
I'm just failing in, so I'm just gonna wait for an opportunity.
it's off right now, but when you press it, you turn it on, and it starts to vacuum. The janitor is going to like look down, observe it, and like look around once again. And still not spot you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to observe his behavior. Does it seem like he's acting strangely, or just human, or just more like a robot?
It seems when he's looking at things, he's looking around him at the people that are like in the streets that were close enough that they might have pressed the button, but he also seems to like stop between his eyes stop more times than there are people around him.
Something tells me that this guy can see both worlds to some extent.
Yeah.
Which probably explains a lot about this guy.
Meanwhile, Alexander, Cody, and Mitya, you are being surrounded by Imperial soldiers who are going to politely instruct you to remain calm and wait in the other room while the forensic team is getting here. You are going to be ID'd, and your statements are going to be registered. So they start.
Can I quickly, before they arrive, do one little check on the body, concerning what the one of the electricians said, that he would have bled out in a very fast time.
Yes.
Can I ascertain if how much time difference there would be between him dying and them leaving and us coming? Can I see this from how much blood is already outside of him?
Yeah.
How much time would have had passed?
For sure. Roll for life, please. You're not certain. You're really not sure. You're trying not to leave anything incriminating about yourself on the crime scene, so you're taking so many precautions that you don't that you're not certain about the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you are taken back to the outside, and and the soldiers are going to ask you, all right, what is your purpose inside of the university?
Would there have been that's a question from the player to the GM. Is there a normal protocol for the resistance for this? We obviously have IDs. Are those IDs supposed to be?
They're not. They're good enough to pass an eye inspection, but if they scan your ID, there's a good chance that they will spot it's a fake, because your faces are not in the Imperial records.
I mean, you guys could probably just haywire the system, just flip to the shadow roll for a second, and the entire system is gonna just shut off probably.
Yeah, if we can avoid it, though, it would be cool, because if we flee, it's they're gonna sick the wolves onto us. Whereas if we manage to sort of seem innocent enough, it would be better.
Yeah,
I think, than fleeing. Okay, we were just sent to give a letter to Professor Eisenberg, and at the moment we arrived, we just found him like this.
A letter from whom?
Well, my father is. We're from a small plankton farming underwater colony. My father is the director. He used to study around here with Professor Eisenberg, and he wanted us to send him a letter. Well, not a letter, but my father is a bit weird. A password to access a message, blah blah blah. It's no concern to you, but we needed to relay a message.
All right, and there needed to be 4 of you for that?
You know, it's a boring job, plankton farming, and just once in a while we get to Sydney and we travel a bit. It was.
I'm also in charge of the genetic research department there, and I had some personal questions about our methods. So I wanted to meet him. I never met him.
What you wanted to ask questions about biology to a mechanics and engineering professor?
Yes, exactly, because we are building our own laboratory equipment, and I am myself a biologist, so I want to talk to somebody with expertise in this field.
All right. If you don't mind, we're going to wait to ask you a few more questions for a moment when my colleagues can talk to each of you separately and get your statements individually.
Okay.
So everybody gets an extra immersion point, and so another one of the soldiers comes back out and says, no murder weapon, but it was probably a knife of some sort or a spear. Sorry, we're gonna have to pat you down and see if you have any weapons on you. So they start to search. You, and since you've got your armors not present, they are unable to find any weapons on you, and they're going to continue. Like after 2 more soldiers arrive, they're going to separate all of you into different parts of the garden and keep asking you questions. Now, of course, your earpieces allow you to communicate and to hear what the others are saying and to have a pretty solid story where you confirm each other's facts. But in order for you all to like still be on the same page, remember everything that the others are saying, and come up with something convincing, I'm going to ask that you that one of you roll creation, probably Mitya or Cody, because you two started coming up with the alibi.
Okay.
What do you want? Should I do it? I roll terrible all the time.
Yeah, Cody has a terrible creation score.
Well,
Yeah, then let me do
probably
it.
shouldn't do it either.
49 right now,
With the immersion or not?
including immersion, yes.
Okay, then let me do it. I've got 58.
And that is a success. You are able to fool the soldiers. They're going to write down the info on your fake IDs, and they're going to ask that you do not leave Sydney because they will be needing to ask you questions in the next couple of days.
We had it planned on anyways.
Yeah. By the way, Cody, there's a slight problem. You do not have an ID for Samuel.
Oh, fuck.
One of the guards is in fact going to look at you and say, "Have I seen you somewhere before?"
I don't think that's possible. I've spent most of my life in the underwater in our farm.
It's just like, take notes.
Remind me of, do you have a twin brother?
I come from a big family.
Is
Tell
that a
him
yes
your
or a
father's
no?
actually knows.
I have a lot of brothers and sisters and cousins.
Uh-huh. Any of them starting any religious shit at the moment in Sydney at the moment?
Possible, I don't know all of them. Frankly, I don't have a good connection to some of them either.
What's your family name?
Franklin.
Franklin. Right. Well, be sure to have your ID on you next time, Franklin. And
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was a dumb mistake.
yeah. And stay in town.
That's the plan.
Right. Which hotel are you staying at?
We haven't actually found a place to stay yet. We arrived just
Alright.
in the morning.
In this case, I'm going to have to ask you to take a room at the Majestic, so that we are able to contact you should we need to.
Okay.
All right. And basically is going to enter all of this, take a picture of you, write down all of the information on your ID, and you're okay to go.
Whew.
Yeah, that was nice.
What? Damn, we did not talk to him. Maybe we have to sneak into their place where they keep their dead people at night, if we want some information from him.
Oh, true. I just completely forgot about that you could do this.
Yeah,
oh, damn it.
there was not enough time when we ran and grabbed the engineers.
Now, that might not be possible in the real world, but you have heard of a crime scene in the shadow.
Yes, that's true.
I'm still just shadowing the janitor, sort of.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened in the meantime with that?
Hmm?
What happened in? This took like a couple of hours, right? So what's been happening
Yeah.
to Alice?
So, the janitor is the janitor seems to be walking through Sydney towards one of the habitation circles, and every now and then takes a piece of paper from his pocket, checks something that seems to be an address, and is going to make his way all the way to somebody's apartment. Once he gets there, you see him looking left and right, making sure nobody's following.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be ready to like.
Roll for void, please.
I am chasing him from like a distance.
Yeah. I still need you to roll for void, just in case you do a critical fail, you know. And that's is
Yeah, no.
yeah. So yeah, he's going to start to pick the lock and enter the room. Right. So this is what the room looks like. Okay. You see him. You see the janitor just walking around. Starts to look through a few drawers, and at some point is going to start opening books. And one of the books seems to have a hole in it instead of pages, and out of it he pulls multiple letters that he's going to open. And when he when you see this very elegant handwriting on the different letters, and all of them are signed SS.
Okay, so I am definitely going to be taking pictures as well.
Okay.
Is he just going to start reading them? Kerry doesnn't live here. I'm going to take pictures of the entire place, like everything here. and make a note of the address as well.
All right. You take pictures of the letters. You take pictures of the place. The janitor is going to take the letters and leave. After that, he just closes the door. Behind him, and you're just going to see him walking the streets. It's around the time when the others are done with the interrogation, and you are just walking through the streets, and you at some point you see the janitor is just going to extend his hand as if like reaching for something, and a person is just going to appear out of nowhere where the janitor is reaching out, and just the person continues on their way, like looking back as if they've just been tapped on the shoulder, but just after appearing out of nowhere, just keeps going. And the janitor is going to do that like a few times, but also make people, but he's also going to make some people disappear when he, like people who are here, he just makes them disappear. Some people are noticing this, but after a few seconds of them watching, they're either going to have their eyes glaze and move to something else, or like they're ignoring it. So
okay, I'm definitely filming and taking pictures of this guy. Like I'm just like observing this guy completely, going full stealth operative. Like yes, this is. I'm gonna pass all this information on to the rest, of course. But I also have like video evidence, so we can discuss it later.
So yeah, the others, you're in the university, and you are receiving all of this data from your friend Alistair, who's...
No, we sorry, I think we aren't we? Because
No, you're not. Yeah, I'm in the shadow world. This is the janitor in the shadow world.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So the others, you're still at the university. After you've been set free by the Imperials, what are you going to do now?
So, do you think we should go to the crime scene and hope that in the shadow world it's still intact and we could talk to him?
That would be definitely an idea. At least to check our options, you know. I mean, there's two dead bodies that we can talk to. We could technically even talk to both. So I guess let's find out. Let's find out where the janitor and the shadow, where the dead body is in the shadow world. If it's still in the lab, and we can access it.
Okay.
By this time, after you've been thoroughly interrogated by them, when you move to the shadow world, there's also going to be guards present in the shadow who are interrogating people on the campus, asking questions, checking for the security cameras and things like this. And
can I communicate with the others if they're also in the shadow world?
Yes, now that they're in the shadow world, you see their life signs like appear on your visor.
Can I interrupt real quick with the out of game thing?
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to go ahead and head out of the game just so I realized I didn't allocate time to eat lunch before work.
Got it.
And with how exhausted I've been, I need some serious food on my belly.
Yeah, you got it. We can say your character is investigating something else on the side.
Sounds good. Yeah, y'all keep doing what you gotta do. Sorry I've been so out of it today. Like I said, I've just been
No worries.
applesauce for brains.
Mm-hmm. No worries, you're good. All right.
It means same, but that's fine because my character is also basically the same. So.
So yeah, you are able to see that the Professor Heisenberg's body is being transported into what appears to be an ambulance, and it's just being rolled in there by two paramedics, and you see the ambulance starting, but without the lights and the sirens on. Like it's not in a hurry to get anywhere because he's already dead.
On the side note, if I see them pop up on the comms, I'm going to forward what I've like captured on video about this janitor guy doing. I'm just going in for like, guys, you should check out this address in the other world. I didn't take the time to hop into this world, into the normal world, but he took some letters signed SS, and this is like forward video, like. This is like a mission briefing kind of style, just like for them guys, this is going on right now.
Okay.
Apparently this guy is actively messing around with the rules, but I have not managed to find out his intentions. But he seems to be swapping around people from the shadow world to the normal world. But so far, I'm not entirely sure what exactly is going on.
Yeah.
When he taps people on the shoulder, like the guy in the port, he actually brings one of them here, and the other one probably gets swapped to the other world.
That sounds again like something that an immortal would do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds extremely confusing though. I mean, this guy is definitely not impressive enough to be an immortal, I guess. On the other hand, he does seem extremely suspicious. So, you might actually be right. Then again, for now, this explains what happened in the port. Because, remember when he tapped the guy on the shoulder and he seemed to just phase out and have no idea what's going on?
Yeah, that's possible.
If he taps someone on the shoulder and swaps them with the person from the other world, they seem to just lose their memory of whatever's going on over there, just like get confused. So if you have a moment, try and find the guy from the port in the other world. Wait, actually, never mind, that's the shadow world. If you see that guy in the shadow world, talk to him.
Yeah. I think we should do that. I think we should head to the address and see what.
Currently, their body is still in the ambulance car, right?
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to try distract everybody and we have a peek and give it a shot to talk
the ambulance leave yet?
You're the only one there. I mean, I guess the CEO is also there, but like I'm way off already. I'm still just shadowing the janitor, like filming his actions and trying to figure out what exactly he is doing and what his effect is. Yeah. So basically, I can't figure out his intentions. I'm just trying to find out if it's bad or good.
All right.
Yeah. So if the ambulance car is not standing by itself alone in a side street, then I'm not going to attempt it by myself.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, like at this point, it's driving away right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. You still have a teleportation power if you want to open a rift into the car, the ambulance, and steal the body, but that's less discreet than.
No. I think it's safer to break into the
morgue.
Into the ward, at night.
Yeah. Okay. You don't know necessarily which morgue the professor has been taken to, but yeah. Bean, you you see the like the janitor makes his way.
It's really lagging for a moment. You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me a bit better now? Hello? Okay, Cody, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So he makes his way to a basically like the phone booth. Those only really need to exist for very long range communications. So the janitor like pushes his way inside with his vacuum cleaner, starts to dial something, and you hear him like from the outside, just exchange a few words, say yes, it's taken care of, and yeah, Earth is a mess right now. There's discrepancies everywhere. It's just like you said. I haven't found any signs of them, but it's like if I keep going like this, I will eventually find them. I'm just going to keep doing what I do, just like you told me to. Yes, sir.
I'm
sir.
just going to record all of this, of course, and I just think I figured out what he's doing. I'm just go, guys. He's trying to undo what we glitches did.
Maybe.
He's trying to make order of the chaos we're creating. He's basically trying to undo our work. Considering he's a janitor, that sort of makes sense as well.
Yes.
Now it's the real question. Do I just like get rid of this guy? I mean, there's another one in the other world. You guys probably need to find that one, because something tells me if something happens to this one, it's gonna cause some kind of reaction, and by the Imperials. So
Also, it seems that he's
quickly,
working for.
you guys. What?
Also, it seems to be that he's working for the Imperial Army, and they're aware of us being here.
Did he say
Well, they're
anything?
not aware of us being here. That's the thing.
Yeah, or
From
he's
what
searching.
I said, he's trying to to trace back all the chaos we're causing to us. He's trying to pinpoint the source. He knows it's us.
Yeah, I think
He knows it's ambitious, and he's clearly here on somebody's command. And considering he's working for the Imperials, that could only really be one person. So I think we need to take care of these guys and also make a note for future reference.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is?
Basically the immortal guy in charge of the Imperials. I mean, the one that was obsessed with like glitches causing the end of the world or something.
The Emperor.
Or like
He-
system.
I think Bean means the Emperor.
Oh,
That one. The one from the Gauls listened to.
Great idea. I think we have figured it out. The janitor is the Emperor.
No, but he's not the Emperor, but he's working for the Emperor to make the system work again.
yeah, I don't think we've got any proof towards that. I don't think it's as evident as you think.
Yeah.
I have no idea who he's working for, but it might
Oh, it's
very
not-
well not be the Emperor or the Empire.
The Emperor also report to somebody and tells them that they took care of something. You know? Like,
Yeah,
he's-
I don't know that guy. Do we think he's at the exact same place in both worlds?
No, I don't think he's in the exact same place. That's the tricky part. He's in two different places, and there's like one version of him in each of the worlds.
Yeah.
The only thing I am not entirely sure of is how we proceed with the guy in the real world. This one is in the shadow world, and he's clearly working for someone, and he's messing with our progress.
Okay. I think I missed something. Why do you think he's undoing our progress? I think I missed a part of the
oh,
conversation.
yeah.
So
I actually have it on the shadow world. Basically means there are like two realities now diverging from each other.
Yeah, that I know.
He seems to be pushing people back and forth between realms to sort of realign that.
Okay, but did he say anything about that, or is that something you've deduced?
it's something he deduced.
I
Okay, yeah.
That's just deduction, but like from what we've seen in the port with the guy he tapped the shoulders on to make him go with the Imperials and stuff, and from other interactions, he's definitely working for the Imperials. And
I think you're very right in your observations, but I think you're jumping to conclusions.
I'm not. I'm just gonna keep tailing this guy and like get more information anyway.
Yeah.
But like, this is what I think is going on. So
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna make a note. I mean, I have recordings of all of this as well now. I'm just going to like pile up evidence until I figure it out. I mean, I
Yeah.
still think that he's the one that killed Professor. Somehow, I'm guessing that the Professor also caused something, because if he was present in both worlds in the exact same time, maybe he was mistaken for being a glitch or something.
I don't know. Yeah, perhaps.
So you keep following the janitor, and he is going to stay inside of the habitation circle. That's more on the outside, and he makes his way towards a square towards the ground level, where there is currently a protest going on. You can see multiple soldiers like have been stationed around here. None of the mechs that you've observed before, but basically there is the protest is about religious rights, and you can see just like this crowd of Australians demanding that they be allowed to practice whatever religion they desire, despite the fact that like the current laws of the Empire prohibit this. And the like you can like the Imperial soldiers are being very threatening with this. You hear one of them with a loudspeaker is going to order everyone to return to work, and like threaten everybody to shoot them with rubber balls if they do not comply. In the midst of all of this, the janitor is moving from person to person, tapping some of them on the back, some of the other ones on the shoulders or on the back of the head. And
Also, is he sort of like tapping people that are sort of increasing the level of the riot, I mean causing more chaos, or
he seems to just make people appear and disappear. From what you can tell, you're not certain if he is actually making like trying to make the riot worse or not. You just know that he's changing some things.
can I pop into the real world real quick and take a peek there and then just pop back?
And take what?
Just I take a look in the other world to see what's going on there. If the people he's stepping on are appearing in the same place or like somewhere else as well.
All right.
Just to confirm.
You
Just
move.
to confirm if he's popping their like mental state and not just the physical.
You move to the shadow world. You move to the real world, and you're going to see that everyone that the janitor has tapped is exactly in the same place, and the janitor is also in the real world, exactly in the same place. And so it appears that instead of switching people around, that he's deleting some people and like that he's basically adjusting people back into like doing exactly the same thing that they're doing in both realities.
I think we need to have a talk with that guy.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if he's doing like harm or good, but
Yeah.
since we're trying to basically cause like new resistance and stuff, and there's already things not aligning with the shadow world and the real world, I'm not entirely sure how this impacts us, so we should definitely have a talk with this guy.
Yes.
Okay. Should
And
we
maybe
talk?
it's even worth like taking into consideration that that's a very powerful ability, and that he might not be 100% sold on the Empire either, depending.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this guy. I'm not going to directly talk to him because Yeah, I don't really trust him either. I am going to do one of my favorite things. I am going to slip him a note.
That is a good idea.
Roll,
We want to have a
roll,
conversation.
roll void at -50 to try to do that.
Oh, plus 10 total.
Fudge.
Do I even need to roll?
You still need to roll in case you fail, because you could fail on this one. And you succeed. You slip him a note. What does the note say?
We're gonna put on a note. We want to talk to you about some things, and I am going to write on it. And it's like, this is gonna go over the comms. Hey guys, where do we meet this guy? This address that he was before?
Might.
I mean, you already had it there, right?
Yeah, might as well.
I'm just going to meet us at Dune. We are watching you. And after I slip him a note, I'm just gonna tap the pocket that it's in and just like back up again, so he doesn't really notice me. Just make him aware of the note.
Wait, you tap him on the shoulder too?
No, like I slip him the note without him noticing. Then I just like I make sure that he finds his note. That he doesn't actually notice.
It's gonna take a few minutes, but then he's going to like he seems to feel the note. He reaches inside of his pocket and like opens it up, starts to read it, and starts to look around very suspiciously. And he's going to start heading back towards where he came from. Everybody gets an extra immersion point. And okay, so everybody else, you guys are making your way to the apartments. So looking at the pictures that your friend has taken of the apartment, you can tell that it's that like whoever lives here has read a lot of books and like has a lot of computers and similar electronic devices. On the shelves, lining the shelves, you can you are able to spot multiple books on engineering and electronics and things like this. Some of them very, very advanced. You make your way to the apartment, and
Also, quick question: could I make out who lived there? I mean, I'm guessing it's actually the professor.
you're not certain. You didn't you didn't know which apartment you were heading into, but heading back in, the others are able to spot that the name on the buzzer is Professor Matthew Eisenberg.
Yeah, I mean, I figured so much earlier, but I was like, yeah, just gonna take a reference, and you guys should probably try and see if those letters are there in the real world.
Yeah, they're not, are they?
You break into the apartment. It's not really that difficult for you guys, and you are going to look inside of the same book and find that there are no letters there.
Guys, you are aware that the police is going to show up here at one point, right?
Yeah. But I think we should wait for the janitor, have a conversation with him, and then dart.
So,
Shouldn't we maybe wait outside, like, so that
I
we
don't
can
have
see
a
the
map
place?
for outside.
I'm going to
I
stay
don't have a
outside,
map
of course.
for
I'm just going to follow what's. I'm just going to follow what's staying hidden and sort of standing guard around the area to see if there's any commotion or anything going on.
Okay.
And it's like, you don't actually have to enter the house, but like you can go in an alley or something besides it as well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to forward the information of where this janitor is right now to you guys. basically like ping his live location. Like, look.
Okay. So the janitor is making his way back to the apartment. You're still telling him when he comes inside, and Cody and Mitya, you're still inside of the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Aren't we?
I did inform them, of course. So
Because of the police, but
Yeah, okay, perhaps we can wait at the door.
yeah,
I am
yeah.
outside. I am standing outside the door, just guarding the entrance. If you guys tell me to brace the door or something, if he tries to escape, I will probably do it. I'm outside.
I don't have a battle map for the outside of the apartment.
Just pretend it's just a street with a door. I mean,
Fucking assholes.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll pull one up. It will give me an opportunity to use one of my weirdest maps.
Oh, nice.
Just need to remember which folder it's in.
Just because I was thinking if we wait for him inside and then the police shows up, then we look really dumb.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Is it this one?
I mean, it's more a problem that he is present in both worlds in the same spot, just like the professor was. So
Yeah, but he probably doesn't work exactly like that, because remember, at one point, he was in the shadow world in front of the professor.
yeah, so that's like really
Yeah.
suspicious.
I think he has a bit of control over that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like, do you guys think I should try and find the other one to see if he's somewhere else, or if this is the same guy in both worlds?
I think we're gonna find him. He's gonna be in both at the same time. Well, he's gonna meet us in both at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just like just gonna make sure that one of us is in the other world, so they don't split up or something, and he just like some weird trick.
Yeah, that's good. I
And
like
this guy is gonna get locked. No shenanigans. That's my job.
Okay. So you're waiting outside of his apartment. I know I've got a map for that kind of looks like a corridor somewhere. Oh, I'm just gonna hold on. Can I use this one?
Not just control find.
I haven't labeled them names. I have to scroll through them every time that I prepare a game like this. No, I'm gonna have to use one of the Shadow World maps. Sorry, Shadowrun maps.
What are you guys thinking? Should we try break into a ward tonight to talk to Heisenberg's corpse?
Yeah, I think later we may do that. Unless, the janitor is just gonna admit, oh, him, I killed him.
Yeah. But, yeah. Even if we know who killed him, we still wanted to talk to him anyways, right?
Yeah, true. We should do that, definitely.
Kind of forgot why, but...
To find Soren.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, this is taking me a little bit. Oh, it was here. Okay. Does it look? Sure. Okay. It's not gonna look exactly like the same art style as the as the other room, but I will make it work. Okay, so paste and then maps and background, and ta-da. Okay. Alright, so this is what it's gonna look like. Okay.
Nice.
So, the janitor is making his way into the corridor, tailed by your friend Alistair, and you guys are waiting by the staircase over here. Okay. And he is going to see you from far away and say, like, while he sees you waiting, and walks up all the way to where your characters are, and is going to say, "Are you the people who wanted to talk to me?"
Yep.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Well, why do you, you're pretty crafty, sneaking something in my pocket like this. Why is it that you want to talk with me?
You guys can basically interrogate him about the professor and what he's doing in general. I'm just going to stand guard. I'm guessing that I'm currently in the same world. I'm gonna say you guys can take care of the interrogation and stuff, and like ask him about the professor. I'm going to cover the other world, so he doesn't try and escape in the other world.
All right, you move into the other world, and you do not, and there is nobody there in the corridor. So,
I mean,
here is
I did try and trap him in both worlds, so it's like,
I tell him.
Hmm?
I tell him, here's an opportunity for you. If you tell us what the hell you are doing with the letters that you just stole, there is a chance that we don't give the video information that we have of it to the police.
also like ask him about the professor and stuff.
You're not in the same world. You can't communicate with them.
Like, I told you before, like guys.
So
It's not that though.
the janitor is going to say, please, whatever you think you have in terms of evidence, I don't think the Imperials are going to condemn me for it. I'm just a janitor cleaning up a mess.
Okay, so I suppose it's the same response you're going to get us to why you were next to the professor when he was killed. Just the janitor covering up a mess.
How? How did you see me?
I just pointed my eye.
I don't think so. No, you weren't looking at me at any point.
Oh, you think? We were. You just don't get who we are and what we can do, I think. In the same way that we don't get who you are and what you can do.
I think I'm getting a rough idea. We did have some blurry images from your heist in Paris, so I am able to deduct that you must be the glitches I'm looking for.
Are you Empire?
I am a citizen of the Empire, if that's what you're asking.
No, that's not what I'm asking, and you know it.
I'm just a janitor who has been working for years on cleaning up the one of the most important sites in the Empire. The facility that holds Cosmos and Rebirth. And I got shocked by the machine while cleaning it at some point, and I didn't think anything came of it until I started to see incongruities, things that were half transparent, that half existed. I realized that I existed exactly the same in both worlds, and that I could correct the mistakes that you've caused. And I told the Emperor about this, and he told me I'm a security system for Cosmos and Rebuff. I was appointed to be the antivirus.
I shoot him.
Okay.
No.
Also, I'm actually. As soon as you mentioned the fact that he is not in the same place in both roles, I was just assuming I was like telling him in both roles as well. Just making sure that we covered this guy. I mean, figured he went somewhere in the one world to meet with you guys, and like I'm just making sure he doesn't like split up. So I should be like going back now. Like, where the fuck did the other one go?
Okay, so you come back to the real world or to the shadow world?
I mean, the Mitcha and stuff are in the shadow world, so I guess I'm in the.
Wait, no. Mitcha and Cody are in the. Oh, right. Yeah, they're sorry. Mitcha and Cody are in the shadow world at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to find this guy in the other world again.
You start to look around for him. He's not. You don't find him in the building. So I'm gonna.
I run back to where I last spotted him.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll chaos at minus 70.
I mean, I did sort of mention that I was tailing the guy in both worlds, though.
They split off at some point where you weren't like it's hard to track them both at the same time, and only one of them was heading here.
One of them was definitely heading to the address.
Yeah.
So I figured you guys take care of that one while I like.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you when you said you were tailing both, or I would have mentioned that they split off.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's like that's sort of the thing. That was the thing I mentioned earlier, where that I wanted to make sure that he would not be able to do like shenanigans and like split off or like just like go to the other world in some different location, like some kind of teleport trick.
Got it.
Mitka covers this guy and I cover the guy in the other world.
I misunderstood what you said. I think it means that probably while you were tailing the one that came back here, the other one at some point like split off at from the path at a moment where you were not expecting it, and just you lost track of him.
Bad. Like I knew one of them, the one that had slipped the note, I knew he was headed to the address already.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I figured I would probably tail the other one just in case, but roll chaos.
Yeah, at minus 70 to try to find him again.
17 or 70?
70. So you didn't put in the minus 70, so yeah, that would be a failure.
Yeah, I mean I have like 56, and that's already high enough.
You're not like you look around for him, and you quickly realize like he's nowhere in sight. In
that case, I'm just gonna like rush back and try and find.
Okay. Wait, you rush back and
that was sort of the entire point, to make sure that they didn't split up.
Sorry, what?
That was sort of my entire point, to make sure that they would not split up, so he wouldn't be able to escape somehow.
I understand. I'm sorry. We have to say that he split off for the purpose of like the for the purpose of the story. For now, we have to say you lost the one that's in the real world.
Okay, so I'm just gonna rush back to the crowd then from earlier, I guess. So you guys handle that one. I'm gonna try and find where the fuck this other guy went, the copy of this guy. I'm just gonna rush back to the crowd and see if it's still there, and then otherwise just look around.
All right.
I mean, at least the one in the shadow world had the letters, right?
The one in the shadow world
Yeah.
had the letters. Yes.
It had to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we currently have our armors.
Hmm?
Then,
Yeah.
talking to him, we currently have our armor.
Yeah, you currently have your armor, but Cody doesn't necessarily have his armor because he can just appear as a human.
I am appearing as a human, as not to scare everybody to death.
Can I? We're alone in the street, are we?
You're alone in this corridor, yes.
Can I just tell him? Okay, would you agree to a little insurance policy? Because you just told us that you're the security system for Cosmo and Rebirth.
What do you mean by insurance policy?
You know. Can I call my pets over? As insurance, that you're not going to attack us, and that we're going to be able to talk.
I can't promise anything. I am going to do my job, but
True.
I need to find the other ones as well. So you might make it a little bit difficult, but I think I can make one of you understand just how dangerous I am. And he is going to like extend his hand towards Cody, whose token is closer, and
Roll initiative.
roll initiative.
Thank you.
I already knew he was dangerous. I mean,
Yeah.
I like almost wanted to like just try and behead this guy earlier in the alley already when he was at the house. I was like, nah.
13. 13. Ha, ha.
Where is the? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay. And Mitya, you need to click your token before rolling.
Oh, sorry. Do you
Don't
want
worry,
me to reroll?
it happens. No. You just put it in now.
No. Don't reroll.
Yeah. Like no, I added you to the turn order. You should be good.
Yeah, no. I see myself as 0, but it's okay.
Okay. So,
Present.
he is going to extend his hand towards Cody, and all right.
Oh, quick question. Didn't
I miss?
either Cody or Mitya already say you just shot the guy?
Nah,
Yeah. All
that was a
right.
joke.
Okay. And when he misses this, when he fails to touch Cody, he is he's going to like stand still, but also at the same time there seems to be a second one of him that moves, that steps aside from his body, and there's now 2 of them in front of you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Maybe someone should inform me.
You're too far away. You're back in the crowd. Cody, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
is there people around us?
There's nobody else right now.
Okay, in that case, I would show my real face,
Okay.
which is this like crazy demon-like face consisting out of lightning.
Yeah.
And while I'm getting to the side, I would like to materialize my force sword
Okay.
and try to chop his arm off.
All right. So roll for death.
Which is gonna be great. I already see it coming.
Yeah, you suck at death, don't you?
Yes.
And you miss your first attack. So half action to draw your to materialize your sword. Half action to attack.
Can I use a fact of the cellulus, maybe?
Yes, of course.
Oh, god damn it. I have a fact that's just that I hate the police. He's kind of the security system.
Yeah, he is with the Imperial Army. Like he works
Yeah.
for the Empire.
Like that,
So
right?
okay.
So, how is he gonna materialize though?
I'll be ready.
And an anarchist symbol is gonna appear on your hand and on your blade and allow you to like guide your weapon better, maybe.
Yeah, like I take the sword out and it has this like huge anarchy symbol on it, and I chop the arm off.
Okay. In this case, I'm gonna need you to roll damage. And are you hitting the one who the one who stepped?
One reached his arm out to me and tried to grab me.
Okay. In this case, yeah. So go ahead and make a yeah. Oh no. Yeah. So you spend 1 immersion point and where did I? All right. Here we go.
Has anybody bothered asking if this guy's an immortal yet? I mean, we could find out this way again.
I also rolled a critical on the damage.
Oh, that's good. All right. So
First time we're doing this.
I have no armor with the janitor. So that's gonna be okay. So roll your critical, please. And wait a second. Why is it 1d10 plus 2d10? For your
Plus 2d10.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I have it wrong. It's the you can have a look at my character sheet. It's the last weapon I added. I just added it like during this session from the stuff that was in the rules to translate it. In the website. But maybe it's not correct.
Okay, so the okay, so the force sword. Oh yeah, no, it's not 2 tearing. It's 1d10 plus
What's your power rating?
yeah 3
4.
4 oh 4 now.
10
Oh,
plus 10 and 5 penetration.
Okay, so wait, hold on, isn't it 4 penetration?
It scales with PR too.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5
penetration plus power rating.
Okay, so 5 penetration and 1d10 plus so hold on. It's 1d10 plus the plus your def bonus plus your power rating plus the base of the base damage that it does. I need to check which one that is. Force sword is 1d10 plus 2. So 1d10 plus 5, and your damage, your def bonus is 3. So it's actually 1d10 plus 8. All right. And did you roll for the critical? No, I need you to roll for the. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, you rolled on your attack. You rolled a 56, so 65. 65 is going to be okay. Is it what type of? It's rending. All right, here we go.
Yeah, rending.
You now get to all those Quadrilla special ability things that you kept complaining about that you didn't roll the entire time.
So you hit the body with a critical of 5. A torrent of blood spills from the deep cuts, making the ground slick with gore. All characters attempting to move through this pool of blood must succeed on an agility test or fall prone. So everybody roll chaos. The target suffers 1d10 toughness damage and suffers from blood loss. So I'm gonna roll 1d10 and okay.
Wouldn't it be more coherent if we rolled when we moved? Because we're not moving right now.
It's like you're constantly moving, trying to during a combat. There's just more movement than is just described in the rules. So everybody makes a chaos check, please. And I rolled. Okay, so that was 20 points of damage. So I have 2 life points left. I am bleeding, and there is a pool of blood.
Nice.
Okay, where is
But I'm slipping on the pool of blood I created, actually.
okay, and he probably is going to also slip on the pool of blood.
I'm such a skilled warrior.
Okay, and red as well. So it's gonna be okay, and okay, cool. Here we go. Okay. So, oh, right, the janitor. I need to roll with the janitor, not with your character sheet. So the one you hit stays standing, and the one you didn't hit is going to fall prone. Okay, so he has 2 life points left. Okay. So yeah, you have like slit him across the torso. One of his veins bursts open and is bleeding all over the place. You can see him like heaving, having trouble breathing, and just being in a pretty bad state. All right, Mitya, it is your turn.
Would you say I'm in melee range right now?
Sure. All
Okay.
right.
I'm gonna cast my spell.
Okay. Everybody gets an extra immersion point and roll for creation, Mitya.
Yep, with my +10.
Oh, yeah, psychic focus.
Yeah, exactly.
And you are in the shadow world, so that checks out. Okay. You rolled a 1. That's a perfect critical. And it made a 69, so yay! Okay, so you are able to summon both of your wolves, which are going to... wait, hold on. Did I didn't roll for life to dodge, so I get... So I actually get...
1 dodge, and you're gonna... Okay, I'm gonna attack each one of the...
Each one of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so each one gets a life test. The first one dodges, and the second one does not.
Okay, is the wounded one gonna dodge, or the not wounded?
It's the one that's on the floor manages to roll away and dodge. It's the one that was already hit that you're gonna be able to get again.
Okay, so the big wolf is gonna attack him.
All right. So go ahead. Did you say you were? You didn't say if you were pushing.
I thought I was doing it unfettered.
Unfettered? Okay, so the regular way to use the power. Okay, so it's going to do multiply the damage by your power rating is 4 now, so 4d10. Okay. I am now in -19, so he is very, very dead.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay, and this thing is gonna be, where is the dead symbol? Right there, okay. Yeah, so this one is very dead. And I'm gonna put up the 2 wolves in just a second so that you can use them. I just need to find where here we go. Put them. Here we go. They're two very tiny, tiny wolves.
They are the best.
Okay, and because it's the big wolf, there's no fear damage, right?
Sorry. What did you say?
Because it's the big wolf, there's no fear damage.
Oh, there absolutely is.
What? Oh, well,
Both
I'm dead.
wolves-
I'm dead anyways, so,
So
never
what I'm
mind.
saying is both wolves are fear damage. The only thing that changes is that one does more damage and has no penetration, and
Oh.
one has penetration and does less damage. That's
Got it,
about
got it. Alright. It is now my turn. So, okay. Okay, so the one who had fallen on the blood is going to use a half action to get back up and try to hit Cody, and with his other half action. So Cody,
Right.
Don't chat.
please. Ah, yes. Roll for life if you want to survive.
Can do.
And all right, so
I missed something for a moment.
So I hit you.
Yeah.
So the janitor is going to takes his vacuum cleaner and is going to try to whack you on the head with it. And something strange happens when he connects with you. It doesn't feel like you're being hit and pushed back. It feels like his like you don't exist and his vacuum cleaner is going through you. So it ignores your wounds, it ignores your armor, and it goes directly to do a critical.
Which is nice since you're a quadrilla, thank God.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no,
I
like
knew there was something
yeah.
up with that
Oh,
kid.
yeah. Okay. So 1, and I rolled. Okay. So but by the way, those stack. Okay, so I rolled a 33, which means I hit you on. Okay, it's energy based, on the body, and a blow to the target's body steals the air from his lungs. The target can only take a half action on his next turn. So you are winded. Here we go, winded, and exactly where the previous janitor stood, a second one is going to appear right in the place where the one was that you killed. So it's
no.
going to be to the back, and
Body's still there.
and so first action for him to appear, and second action for him to attack Cody.
You're pulling
How
away
does
again.
he not slip on the pool of blood? I think you should test. Doesn't he slip on the pool of blood?
Oh yeah, you are absolutely right.
That would be amazing if he just appeared and slipped.
He is aware of the pool of blood, but that doesn't mean that he can't immediately slip. Fuck!
Yes!
Okay. And so he is... Okay. And he is knocked prone. Okay, so
Just
this
out of curiosity, does that mean there's like one dead guy? Okay, never mind, you removed it.
But how much damage did I take from this attack?
Okay, so basically, you didn't take wounds. You took critical damage. If you take 10 critical damage on any location, you're dead.
Yeah.
But and they're gonna stack. So right now you're actually at like 1 critical damage, and I'm gonna be putting it on your token as the red bar.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might be able to kill both of them in my turn, if I'm lucky.
Okay. Oh, I deleted
How's
him.
my the other world?
Okay, so Cody, it is now your turn.
Yeah. Can I try to make a like 5-ton bar of metal that's like 10 meters wide appear like at the ceiling of the room, right over them?
Yeah.
Where they're all three lying on the ground?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna need you to roll for life to do that, and it's going to count as a smite. So you are in the shadow world, which means you are pushing, which means you automatically create a shadow power. I need you to roll 1d100 to see if you create a psychic, not phenomena, but a peril of the shadow.
You're gonna fuck me over because it's gonna be really dark, and I'm not gonna be able to attack.
Unless if he creates a peril of the warp. So
Which is worse.
oh yes, roll 1d100 for peril of the shadow.
Another d100, okay.
Yeah.
Don't roll high. Don't roll high.
Oh, by the way, Idris and
Ouch.
Idris, I need you to, and Cody, I need you to reload Roll20 so that I can see your faces when I murder your characters. Rending the veil. The air vibrates with images of cackling demons, and Kabbalistic taint of the warp is rendered visible. All sentient creatures within 1d100 meters must test against Fear 2. The Psyker must test against Fear 4 instead. Oh my god. Fear 2 means that you're rolling for death at a -10, and Cody, you're rolling death at -30. And so am I. Okay? So that's a critical fail. You are...
Ouch.
Fuck!
Okay. And it's -10.
The janitor needs to roll as well. The janitor.
And -10. Okay, so both of the janitors are fleeing for their lives.
Nice.
And Cody, I need you to roll as like with -30 for death.
Okay, but the thing still appears, right? Because I made the roll and it falls down.
Yeah. It is going to appear. So it is going. Yeah. So it is going to do. Okay. So you're pushing, which means you have your power rating +3. So you do 7d10. Okay. 7d10.
Also,
so you do. Oh my
that
goodness.
Was fleeing. I mean, does that mean he might trip on that pool of blood?
Huh?
Does the janitor trying to flee? Does that mean he trips on the pool of blood?
Yeah, he already did. You just killed both of them, but right after that, you are going to be both terrorized and flee the scene.
Well,
I don't know what it is that you did, but like basically, and also 1d100 meters. So I'm gonna roll 1d100 to see how many people in the buildings are affected. Oh, 2 meters. It's fine. It's just the two of you who are running away in terror.
That would have been something if you rolled 100 and like the entire block is fucking kills and stuff.
Okay. I need you to roll. I need both of you to roll for chaos for me, please. No penalties.
Okay. Chaos.
And Idris. Okay. Mitya. It's never a good idea to look back when you're fleeing from something, but yet you do it because you hear something. You hear the sound of a vacuum. You turn around and you see that despite the fact that you're pretty sure you killed all of them, there's a new one standing over the bar of metal that is looking in your direction and yelling, "I'll get you. It's only a matter of time. You can't kill me because..."
Can I shoot him?
Huh?
Can I
No,
shoot him?
you're affected by fear.
Okay.
But yeah, he's gonna taunt you, and that's where we're gonna end it for today.
Nice.
All right.
Wasn't he
Sorry.
affected by fear as well?
Huh?
Wasn't he affected by fear as well?
It's a new one.
Oh yeah, I mean, like sometimes the voice used to drop away. You also said something like, "You can't kill me because." Like,
I stopped saying things because Mitya interrupted me. Oh, it just interrupted me. So he would just have said, "You can't kill me because you don't really exist to me."
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna end it for today. If you're having trouble killing this character, you have but to remember the olden days of Evangelion, which has the answer. And I will see you all next game session. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day everyone.